Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Brother Sean Brumfield, and I'm back here with Brother Ryan Brown.
Hey, everybody.
Brother Jonathan Mitchell.
How's it going, everyone?
Man, hope you guys are enjoying everything that's going on here. We've had some recent news here. I heard that there was a WikiLeaks today.
Yeah, I seen if the paparazzi was following around, I can't figure it out. But we do have evidence of our supposed resident Waffle House, quote unquote, hater eating at Waffle House.
Can neither confirm nor deny. It could be.
Don't worry.
It's
all over Facebook, buddy.
It could be my evil twin. You don't know. I could have a twin out there.
Nah. I have the source's phone number. I would be more than happy to give him a call.
Yeah. On top of that, God wouldn't do that to this world.
Come on, you'd like to have another one of me. No, I would. There wouldn't need to be another one of me.
I don't think I can handle it.
Nah. No. All the controversial opinions I have and controversial things I say.
There'll be too many houses with Christmas trees up in July.
And there'd be too many people trying to just be honest.
I just have to ask you, after all that wonderful hype of Brother Pasquarella supports me, you let him down with all this leak.
Well, this happened like months ago, like a month or so ago.
Yeah, but see, that's what makes it even worse, because what's done in the dark always comes to light.
Well, my problem is
surely your sins will find you out.
As soon as my army grew and Brother Pasquarella so graciously put it out there that disclaimer, he said he would still eat there. We don't want to put anything in it, but he said he's not a fan, and he actually called it awful waffle. Or awful waffle or whatever he called it. I don't remember exactly.
You don't even have your support correct.
I know, right? But I find it wrong that I finally have someone to back me on record, and then you want to bring out my picture.
You know what's even funnier to me is he's got ketchup in his hand, and he's not pouring it on a chili dog. Oh, no.
It's on the hash browns.
It's on the hash brown.
Which is, I tell you what, after, hold
on. Can we go on record? Well, we are going on record, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess we could totally say. On record.
Okay, let's go ahead and tell us how good
the hash browns are good. I will say, as far as I told you when this got brought up initially, if everybody else is going, I'll go because I like the fellowship. I like spending time with people. I like that talking. And like I said, sometimes I'll eat, and if I'm hungry, and then sometimes I won't. Most of the time I won't, but I was really hungry, and they were talking about the hash browns, and I will say their hash browns, I could get those every time because they're really, really good.
I just got to say, Waffle House has the resources to get rid of their haters, and their resources are huge. Huge.
It's the hash browns, man.
So my father-in-law called me the other day, and he was talking about the steak when we were talking about the steaks, and he said he's a medium well steak preparer. That's how he eats his steak. But he was telling me, he says, I've got this mental picture in my head of Jonathan being this really pale, freckled faced redhead guy.
No way. Well, he has seen me. He has seen me before.
Yeah, but I will say, and I know my father-in-law listens, and he'll get a kick out of this. He's also met Sean over here, and he still calls him Brother Little Dorosset. So.
Yeah, or that guitar picker from Shadeville.
Yeah, that's it. And I can hear him laughing right about now when he hears the episode.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like I said, I understand that I'm pale and redheaded and stuff like that, and I have very tricky taste buds. Some would say I'm picky, but I will, like I said, I will still stay on record. I do not like Waffle House that much, but I will say their hash browns are good.
I'll give you a fun fact about myself if you want one.
Please, I'm the one that usually bears my soul.
Look, yeah, I will. I'll take some of the pressure off of you.
Okay.
So I am a fountain of useless knowledge. Have you ever thought that? I could be asked something important. I'll be like, I don't know. Then I'll also be the guy that says the same guy that played the drunk on Andy Griffith was the original Mr. Whitaker on Odyssey.
So you'd be good for like random Odyssey
just random trivia, right? So I find myself getting caught reading research papers and just, like I said, it's just random stuff. Has no importance to anything whatsoever. And I came across one that was very interesting the other night. And so I was sitting there in my chair and I was reading it. And this research says this, that if you talk to a cow, they produce more milk. Did you know that?
Wait.
Yeah, if you talk to a cow, they produce more milk. It goes in one ear and out the other.
I can't. And I'm the one that gets bullied.
Hey, you want to know what's funny is I was telling my grandma that in all seriousness. I was telling my grandma that. And she's like, do you know some people play music for their cows when they're sitting out there in the barn? Granted, just over your head.
Dude, that's so good. I will admit, I'm going to steal that joke. That was a great joke.
Yeah.
That's the kind of humor that I love. I love the dumb humor. That's literally right up my alley. So even though I sarcastically laughed, that is actually funny to me. I did think that was funny. I actually thought you were being serious for a second, because didn't you say you had read into an article or you got into one or whatever?
Yeah, research.
Well,
I didn't say that it was like a true article. I just said I got stuck in some research.
Got it. You know, the crazy thing is that cows have 4 stomachs. That's wild to me.
It's actually 4 chambers of stomachs. It's not actually 4 different stomachs. It's 4 different chambers for digestion.
Is that why they're always chewing on things?
Shooting the cud, man. Llamas, they send it down, dip it in the secret sauce, and bring it right back up. You keep on chewing on it.
Good thing I ate dinner before I started recording this. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Animal Planet, for all the many hours of a kid that was aimlessly bored.
Yeah.
Speaking of animals, what's your favorite land animal?
Land animal?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I really have one. What is your favorite land animal?
I love a cheetah because they're fast. I've always liked, but the thing is, I hate cats. I like dogs, but I definitely like cheetahs. Cheetahs are my favorite. Always have been. I don't know why, but I've always liked cheetahs because I was never fast. So
I run fast like cheetah.
I wanted to be fast, but I was never fast.
I'm a slow guy, so I will not like a hippopotamus.
My build is too much. Comparing my build, I'm more similarly built to the hippopotamus than I am to the cheetah.
I will like the cheetah because I can't be fast.
I
love the logic, man. It's not that they're pretty. It's not that they are a strong cat. It's because I'm slow and they're fast.
That is really cool, though.
But they're fast, but they can't go very far.
Yeah, it's only for a limited amount of time, but they're running like 76 miles an hour, I think. Like
that's nothing.
That coming from the guys that said last episode,
my truck goes 76 miles an hour, man. It ain't nothing.
Coming from the guy that last episode said if he kicked his leg up, he would need his life alert button.
All I could think of was Chevy versus Cheetah. That one's an easy one.
It all depends on who's driving.
True. True.
What if you're driving a Jag?
That's another big cat.
Cat against cat.
Yeah.
What about you, Brother Ryan? Do you have a favorite land animal?
If we're going wild animal, I'd say the gorilla.
Oh, here's the controversial. I got one. I just had an epiphany.
Because I said gorilla?
Yes. Who would win in a fight? A silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear? Who would win? If they fought, put them in a cage, fight to the death, who wins?
It sounds like we're in Jonathan's mind uncaged.
Yeah,
this is what it sounds
kind of scary, ain't it?
Yes, a little bit.
I'm not normally the one that comes up with the questions. Usually that's Brother Ryan, but I'm chock full of them right now.
A gorilla or a grizzly bear?
Gorilla.
I'm going grizzly bear.
I'm going grizzly bear. Why do you think gorilla?
Because they're deceptively strong. And they are more agile than a bear.
But the claws on a
Doesn't
bear.
matter. The bear has to get a hold of it first.
Bears run faster than gorillas.
Doesn't matter.
But you
All they got to do is pin him down and let them big old 9-inch teeth get in and
That
rip
wouldn't
its
happen.
throat out.
It wouldn't happen.
It's always not going to happen because gorillas don't live in America except in a zoo.
Yeah, that's why I love them. Because I love going to the zoo and watch them throw stuff at people. Of course, the Cincinnati Zoo now put that whole covering over there.
They used to throw poop.
Because that one crazy lady jumped in the pen. Or let their kids get in the pen.
R.I.P. Harambe.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You know, I think it was the 2016 election, and I'm not getting political, but Harambe got votes for the write-in
Yeah,
votes.
I did see that.
That he got voted in.
Do you ever think you'd live near an area where you would have rest in peace Harambe and we would have such great high remarks because of a hippopotamus?
Fiona.
They created drinks named after Fiona.
That doesn't surprise me, though.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know Harambe, but what's this Fiona deal?
Fiona was, I think, the smallest hippopotamus born. She was preemie, and she survived.
Okay.
And so now...
Was that at the Cincinnati Zoo?
Yeah. And now, if you go to the Cincinnati Zoo and you try to see hippopotamuses, you're like in line for an hour.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's really stupid.
I would usually go to the Columbus Zoo. I haven't been to the Cincinnati Zoo in forever.
Columbus Zoo is better.
Yeah. It's massive.
It's way bigger.
I think in area, yes, but in animals, no. What makes Columbus Zoo to me better than the Cincinnati Zoo is it's flatter.
Yeah, I will
It's
say
flatter.
that it's easier to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have my gripe. So obviously, I just said my favorite animal is the cheetah, and they have an Africa exhibit in the Columbus Zoo, but it's the way they have it set up. You can't really view. You can view the cheetahs up close, which is really cool for me. But like the rest of the African animals are like super far off, and you can't
Yeah.
really get a good look of them.
I have to say, I kind of, and I hate cats like you, but I think my favorite is a lion.
If you're going cats, lions are
Lion is like
tops.
lion and tigers. Like they're just so nuts.
Yeah.
Like when people tell me that like they have them for pets, I'm just like, you're retarded. Like there is no way I'm getting in there. Regular sized cats don't like me and bite me. What makes you think I'm going to get in there with a humongous half-ton cat?
That could break you in one swipe. It's amazing that man is the top of the food chain because, like, compared to some of these animals, like a grizzly bear or like a silverback gorilla or like a tiger or a lion, like, I'm sorry, you put me in a safari, I'm not going to last.
Have you guys seen that short where there's this guy and he's like, they're taking like a video of these silverbacks and one just randomly walks up and just grabs a guy's leg and just like slowly just he starts walking away like a baby would with a doll, like, and he's just like being dragged behind it.
So the reason why we're at the top of the food chain is because we can kill them.
With a gun.
Yeah.
We
And there's
can-
more of us.
Yeah,
Hundreds of feet away. But if you place us on their turf,
we're done.
yeah, we're not at the top of the food chain.
Well,
if you throw us in the ocean, we're not at the top of the food chain.
Yeah, well, I think it's crazy that we know more about space than we do
Listen.
our own ocean.
NASA started observing the ocean, and within a couple years, they were like, "We gotta get off this planet," and started looking at the moon.
We're going to
That's
Mars.
all I'm saying.
We're going
They
to
were-
Mars, and that's when Elon
They were
Musk
like,
was born.
"We can't get." They're like, "We can't get to the bottom, but we might be able to get out of here." Like this is.
Hey, Mars is uninhabitable. But what we're going to do is we're going to say we're going to live there because the ocean is just so vast and crazy. It's scary.
Wild.
Speaking of, did you guys see that article that came out not too long ago? This guy and his dad, I think he was like 23, and he's a computer science engineer, and him and his dad is in blow up boats. You know, they're not in hard shell kayaks. These are inflatable boats or kayaks or whatever. And they're going, I think they're from South America. I can't remember, Brazil, somewhere around in there. And they're going in one of these places, and the dad's filming because it's really wavy where they're at.
In the ocean, it was waving.
No, that's. But I read. Listen, you're laughing.
There were waves.
Listen, you're laughing, but in reality, that's what. When I read the article, that's what he said. I had my phone out because I was recording the waves, which I've never seen the ocean just sitting still. But that's just me. I know I live in Cincinnati and the ocean is not necessarily close to me, but every time I've ever been there, I've never seen it just stay calm.
The Ohio River's kind of choppy.
Yeah. So he's filming, and as he's filming, his son just disappears.
Really?
Boat and all. Gone.
Something just grabs him?
And then within, I don't know how long, he pops back up with the boat. What happened was, as they're videoing this, a humpback whale came up and swallowed the dude.
Was his name Jonah?
No. And this is a story that it's I seen the clip. So what they say was the scientists say that the humpback whale can't swallow a man because they're filter feeders.
Yeah.
So they're saying that it's not possible for him to be swallowed as far as like what we would picture being swallowed.
Yeah.
But
he was chewed on like Thanksgiving gristle.
What they say happen is humpback whales, they open their mouth and they do that lunge to get all their krill and stuff, and so they kind of take it up to the top. It's kind of like their way of cornering all their food.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they're in a quiet boat. They said that it was a choppy day and it was overcast, so it wasn't like that you could the whale could look up. And they also don't have echolocation and stuff like that, like a
dolphin would.
Yeah, like other animals do.
Sonar.
So he come up, and that boat, that young man in the boat, just happened to be in that lunge space.
Was a young guy, was he hurt or was he
So it never did say that he was hurt. But do you know what the funny thing outside of being swallowed by a whale?
That's how you know God has a sense of humor.
But here I think is probably the funniest part of this whole story that I read. It was his first time ever seeing a whale.
And he saw a whale. That's crazy. Well, it's like those orcas that were attacking ships.
Yeah.
Like dude.
Yeah, but they wasn't swallowing the people.
Yeah, but they were trying to hurt the boats.
Orcas are built different, dude. I mean, they there was a while there they were attacking great whites.
Well, they're
and just
intelligent.
eating the liver out of it.
Yeah, they were just having fun. They're super intelligent, like predators, and which I guess dolphins are like super intense and like can be.
Yeah, they can.
They're brutal.
Yeah, which I always thought, like, I remember seeing Free Willy, like, oh, dolphins are so cute. But then I've heard and seen things on the internet that's like, whoa, dolphins are intense.
So they say that this is a very rare occasion. And of course, you got all your biologist people and all that stuff saying that we got to be respectful for the creatures and stuff. And I'm reading this and I'm thinking they were literally on their boats just going. It's not like they were out there trying to catch this whale. The dude didn't even know the whale was underneath him, and he just disappeared. So you have all of this stuff. How
quiet is that, though? That just popped. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish it all.
But they were saying, this is very rare. But I did hear of another occasion where a man got swallowed, and they asked him how he survived. He said, I just kept on running until I was all pooped out.
I don't even know what to say to that.
That was good. Well, like, the crazy thing is like, you think of a whale, they're massive. I'm sorry. My brain just instantly goes back to where I was thinking, but that was a good joke.
I almost wasn't going to say it, but I was like, I'm here anyway.
We're talking about whales. Why not? When else are we going to have this opportunity? Whales are massive. How do you not hear it? That just goes to show how smooth they move through the ocean.
Well, the ocean was choppy.
Yeah, but like, still, it's a whale. That's crazy to me. I don't know. Nature's terrifying.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think of it this way, in all seriousness, have you ever sat on a beach at the ocean?
No, because I'll burn to death.
Oh, that's right. You're allergic to the sun.
Absolutely.
Sean, have you ever sat at the beach by the ocean?
Unfortunately,
it's not quiet.
It's loud. It's very loud.
The crashing of the waves alone.
I have been to the beach before in Clearwater.
Not just that, when you're out there, and obviously he had to have been out there, right?
Yeah.
You become so disoriented with how big the ocean is, and like trying to figure out where everything is. Like, it's kind of like when you're sounds so stupid, but like when you're going to somebody's house that you've never been to before. and like you start looking around for the address and you start turning the music down so you can concentrate.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it is up there.
Like I'll go to read something. I'll turn the volume down. She's like, "Why do you have to turn it down to read?" I'm like, "I need to focus."
Yeah. I've turned the volume down on a radio that was off before because that's the habit that I've had. Like, I got to turn the volume down. I'm not even playing music. Look, man, it happens. I never said I was the brightest bulb in the
You know
box.
what's the sad thing is I don't doubt it. I do not doubt
I probably
that.
have done the same thing though. I probably have where I've literally well, like I said on the last episode, I don't listen to music, but I guarantee even though the radio was off or whatever, I still turned the knob down to focus.
The dad was talking in an interview, and he said that he's seen his son go down, and they still didn't realize what happened. I mean, by this time the dad's seen the surface break, and then it disappeared, and his son in the boat was gone.
It's like it imploded, I imagine.
Yeah, and so his thought process was this: I am an anesthetist, or however you say it.
A nurse anesthetist?
That, yeah.
Oh,
So that taught me how to stay calm. And so the guy watches his boy disappear.
Yeah.
And he's saying, I've got to stay calm. Because, dude, if it was mine.
Oh, dude, I'm panicking.
And so the boy comes up and they said, you know, he had his life vest on and all that stuff. And he's like, he talked about the experience. He said, I didn't realize what it was. He didn't realize what was happening. And he said it took him down. And he said, and he goes, I kept my eyes closed and I kept prepared because I just knew I was going to hit the bottom. He knew he was going, because, I mean, literally, he just got sucked in. And he said all of a sudden he felt the pull of the life vest and he was released. And up he came and up his boat come. And he said, because I'm a computer science engineer, it taught me to stay calm. I wonder what their protocol is. Like, you have to be calm to be in any of these things.
Does water terrify you guys?
Yeah.
Water terrifies
The
me.
ocean. Well, I can do like a swimming pool or whatever, but the ocean terrifies.
Buddy, if I get out in a lake and I can't touch bottom, I'm like, getting out of there.
I had a family member drown, and I remember they weren't able to find him for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And that was up not too far from where I live. And I remember going out to the site as a young kid, and that has always stayed with me. And it has, in some underlying way, it has kind of left something in the back of my head. Like, I'm a pretty good swimmer. You know, I think that I could handle myself if I absolutely had to. You know, if I had to jump in and save one of my kids, I don't doubt my abilities to do so.
Yeah.
I'm not willingly going out in the deep ocean on a little blow-up raft.
I don't understand how people are so numb to the fear of water. Like, there was a guy I grew up with that in church that they would go cliff jumping.
Yeah.
And
no, thank you.
He wasn't in church at the time, and they went cliff jumping. And while they were going, his cousin, they were under the influence of alcohol, but his cousin jumped down and never came back up while they're all out there. And they found out that he got stuck in an underwater cavern and with just enough with underneath an air pocket. And that's where he died, was right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. Even like we're talking about the ocean, but the rivers, like you can get caught in an undercurrent that you think you're fine, but then it sucks you in and you're gone.
Well, and people don't understand. So I out of high school, probably about 2 years out of high school, I started working in a quarry. Well, the quarry I worked at, they had underwater tunnels that would lead into the main river to help with like overflows and stuff like that. But like when they tell you not to jump in the quarry, there is a very good reason not to, and it's because there are these crazy currents that will pull you under, like literally underground, and shoot you out in a river.
Yeah, you can't, and there's nothing you can do. Like the ocean is so terrifying to me because like you could be like with the ocean, for instance, you could literally be where you're fine, like even touching the ground, and all of a sudden a wave or a current crashes in and then pulls you out, and then you're done. Like drowning is one of my biggest fears. I think my biggest fear of all, though, like of dying, is being buried alive. That's probably my biggest fear, and then drowning's probably second.
I don't know that I've ever had a fear of how I'm going to die, but I am scared of heights.
All the time. I'm like, this could kill me. And what happens if it does?
So, not to change the story, but my phone just went off, and I got a text from my father-in-law. That's what I'm laughing about over here to myself.
Okay.
Well, because I was mid thought, and so I'm laughing.
I'm like,
That's why
we're talking about some pretty morbid stuff, and he's just over going.
Once again, I'm pouring my heart out. Meanwhile, the pastor's over there laughing at my biggest.
He's just scrolling, going, yeah.
It's fear of death. That's just whatever. So we're going to change the subject now. So my father-in-law sent me this text message, and he said, I want to cancel following your podcast. You guys butchered talking about the banjo. The picks are just picks like a steel or dobro, or banjo player uses the shape, the end to fit their fingers the way they like them. You forget I had one and my brother plays one, and we were in a bluegrass country band, and I have finger picks now and thumb pick. I hope this don't get out. You'll be barred from most music stores, especially the ones that cater to acoustic and bluegrass players. And the mandolin playing you were talking about is cross picking, made famous by Jesse McReynolds. Him and his brother had a bluegrass band. I think he invented that style. I hang my head in shame to say I've played music with you all.
Oh, he can't be mad at me. See, the thing is, you guys are the music experts. We got Sean plugging his teaching classes every 5 minutes. I'm the musically illiterate, so he can't be mad at me.
He did say at the end of that, just kidding, Mike, if you listen to this episode again, please give us one more chance. I'm extremely sorry that I shamed you. Give me one more shot.
We can play music together again.
I thought that was pretty fun.
I plead ignorance, so I'm good.
So when me and my wife were dating, they always went to a Chinese buffet.
Back in like 1900?
Yeah, back in the early 1900s.
No, I say that about Sister Becca. I'm sorry, Sister Becca.
Yeah, you're banned from she's already your public enemy number one now.
We just lost her dad. Now we lost her. And after that comment, he is not coming back, even though he said give us another chance.
But I remember I would meet them after Sunday because Dad pastored a church in Coleraine, and they were going to the highway. And so I would meet them after Sunday. We would go to the Chinese buffet that they frequented after they knew the owners and all that stuff. So they had that relationship there. And I remember going in there one time, and Mike doesn't know a stranger. He could talk to anybody. And he was talking to some people that he knew, and I was there, and I had a specific outfit on, and the tie was had a pink salmon and gray and silver. I mean, it wasn't like it was all pink. It just had that a little bit of pink in it. Nothing major, nothing crazy or whatever. And he was pointing me out and saying, and I seen him talking, and he came back to me a little later, and he said, I was showing them who my daughter was dating, and he said, I was too ashamed to tell him it was the guy in the pink tie, so I said, the boy wearing the suit.
Man.
Yeah.
That's harsh, dude.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I know he loves me.
Did you ever wear the tie again?
I gave it to my boy. He wears it now.
There you go.
Yeah, with his purple Nike basketball shoes.
Didn't he say those broke? If I remember?
Yeah, he's got different shoes.
He
now.
lost them. I just like picking at him for them ugly purple shoes.
He bought some different ones now.
Some of the shoe designs are crazy.
Is that the one he bought on Granite for Granite City?
No,
you ought to tell.
No,
he
bought those for a specific. Yeah. So Benjamin goes to Granite City or goes to Granite Youth Camp. That's what it's called, ain't it? Granite City.
Granite City Youth Camp.
I've always heard it called Granite City Youth Camp.
Okay, so he goes to the youth camp, and he goes with Spalding Road, and he's going there, and we send him money for food. Because after services at most youth camps, and I don't know about this one per se. I've never been, but most youth camps you have concessions.
Right.
And a lot of times you have to pay for like the meal after the night service.
Helps cover the charge.
Yeah, right.
Helps,
Helps cover some cost. So we sent him money, quite a bit, to cover concessions and food afterwards. And we get a text that he had no money on day one before he ever got started. And we were like, what in the world? We sent this kid with, it wasn't $100, but it wasn't far from it. Okay? Enough to cover food if they stopped on the way there, on the way home, and everything in between. And should still have change, but...
He took his liberty.
So on the way down there, they stopped at a mall. And while there, my boy sees a pair of basketball shoes that he loved. And he spent his entire food money on a pair of shoes that he didn't need.
Before they even got to
got to the youth camp. He come home with those shoes.
Hey, you know what? Food is temporary. Swag is forever.
No, it ain't.
He was going for that drip.
Yeah.
Were they good looking shoes or what were they?
They wasn't anything special. They were shoes that he liked, and he said he wanted to wear them to play basketball.
I'd rather eat than wear shoes.
Speaking of shoes, what did you guys wear when you were in like high school and stuff? What was
Converse All-Stars, man.
High top basketball shoes. I had a pair of Tracy McGrady's and LeBron's.
Yeah.
I loved high top basketball shoes. And I am not an athlete, nor was I an athlete in high school, but I liked wearing high top basketball shoes.
I was a Converse guy all the way.
I seen them. I just never good at it because it felt very skater to me, and that was not my personality at the time.
My dad was like, I told him I wanted a pair, and he said,
Of what?
Of Converse. I wanted some Chuck Taylors, and he was like, I'm not buying you those shoes. And I was like, why? He goes, because when I was a kid, if you had Chuck Taylors, it meant you were broke. And I was like, what? And I was like, their status now. And he's like, no, I'm not buying you boat shoes, is what he told me.
I had Sperry's. I did like Sperry's.
Chuck Taylors all the time. I played basketball in my Chuck Taylors.
Most of the time I had Air Force Ones.
Really?
Honest with you. Yeah. Until I went to the Career Center, and then they were all country. If you wore Air Force Ones, you got made fun of.
Yeah.
And I switched over to old steel toe.
Yeah, I liked basketball shoes. Any type of I had even had a pair of Derrick Roses. I mean, I liked basketball shoes back in the day. Because even though I didn't play at school, I liked playing at there's a park in my hometown. It's Thomas Cloud Park, and we would go play basketball all the time. So I liked the high top shoes. It didn't do anything for me, but they looked cool, so that was all that mattered.
I was just interested in seeing what you guys used to
Chuck Taylors.
wear all the time.
Chuck Taylor Converse, but I'm old.
I like Chuck Taylors, though. I do like the look of them, but now I wear now, besides my dress shoes that I wear for church, I am exclusively in Hey Dudes. It's the only thing I wear, and I love them very, very much.
Skechers, man.
I wear whatever's most comfortable.
Yeah, that is true.
That's me, though. That's why I love the Hey Dudes.
When growing up, I was like, I will never wear a pair of Skechers. I'm like, that's dad's shoes. And then I came home one day, and Lissa bought me a pair of dad's shoes, and they were the most comfortable pair of shoes I ever put on.
So, Hey Dudes, Skechers, I've come to the point now, except for my dress shoes, that I don't wear a whole lot of shoes that I have to tie.
Yeah, that's me. I can't stand bending over is not fun.
Even my boots I buy or slip on.
I just can't. I sound so bad, but I just do not like bending over.
Sounds lazy is what it sounds.
And if I do have to tie them, he's like, I call Mariah over and she ties them for me.
She can get around the Christmas tree.
I have a little tie my shoe bell. It's like ring a ling a ling.
Wow. I wish that was how that worked. That would be nice.
It's the other way around.
It's the other way, yeah. Right? No.
You want me to wear the maid outfit too?
Whoa, that escalated quickly. No, I strictly wear Hey Dudes. So yeah, even my dress shoes, I do have a pair of, it's so funny because I bought a pair of Allen Edmonds one time, and they were extremely expensive. And to be honest, I've had buyer remorse ever since because I'm terrified to wear them because I don't want to scuff them.
What do you wear now then?
The Kohl's brand. What are they called?
Bun?
I don't remember what they're called.
Cole's shoes.
Yeah, they're not expensive dress shoes at all.
I got a pair of Bruno Marks.
That's what I wear to work. I have a brown pair and a black pair. I think I have the same brown
With
pair.
the sole,
the white sole,
with the white sole, and it's got the
those
the
look
black.
so comfy.
They are extremely comfortable. My wife can't stand when I wear them on Sundays because she says that they look too casual.
Yeah,
with the suit. And I will say, because she's going to listen to this podcast, and if I don't admit it, she will call me out on it. I seen some clips and some reels of when I watched them, and I argued with her. Like, you're crazy. These are comfortable. I begged for them for Christmas, and I got them for Christmas. I'm not going to wear anything else. She went so far as to buy me another pair of Bruno Marks that were not white soled, but they don't have the same
feel,
the same comfort.
Yeah.
They're regular dress shoes. And so she went, like I said, she said that they wasn't dressy enough. And she bought me those. And so on Sunday mornings, if I'm wearing my suit and tie and, all that stuff, she'll say, you need to wear the other shoes. Wear the other brown shoes. And we argued. I'm man enough to admit that we don't agree on everything. I'm also man enough to admit when I'm wrong. And I'm publicly announcing, after standing on that ground and saying, you're wrong, they look dressy, they look fine. I seen the reel and I said, they kind of look like tennis shoes.
Yeah, they look like sneakers, but they're so comfortable.
But I can add to this. Brother Devin Birdsong helped me win that argument back.
Did he really?
Because he preached at the ministers' conference, and guess what he was wearing? He was wearing white-soled brown dress shoes, and I said, praise God.
I have to admit, when they first came out like that, I was like, nah, there's no way. And I got around like a bunch of guys, and they were like, they're the most comfortable shoes you'll ever wear.
Oh,
they are so comfortable.
And to be honest with you, I wear most of the time Stacey Adams or Forsheim. I love both those. I
had a pair of Johnston and Murphy's that I really liked.
Well, I feel like the Stacey Adams and the Forsheim, they're nice, but they're not so expensive that they're like sticker shock. You know what I mean? Like you can find them pretty.
One of the things I don't like about Allen Edmonds is how slippery they feel. I don't like the kind of bottom they have.
Are they leather bottom?
I think so, yeah.
Take some sandpaper to them.
Yeah, that's what I'll have
Walk
to do.
on gravel too.
Well,
it gets a good texture.
Well, like I said, I'm terrified to wear them because of the price tag I bought them on. Because I didn't get them on sale. It was a pressure buy. It was around tax return time, and Mariah's like, "You got to get you a pair." And my cousin Jared was like, "You got to get you a pair. They're the best. Everybody loves them." And now, once I bought them, I was like, I don't ever want to wear them because I don't want to scuff them, or I want to keep them nice and shiny and pretty. But they're nice dress shoes. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't ever wear them because I don't want to scuff them, and I do have to tie them. But yeah, like I even bought the shoe leaves, or what are they called? The things that stick in shoes. Is it shoe I don't know what they're called. You can tell how fancy I am with my shoes. I don't know any of that stuff, but the stuff that keeps them like firm, like feet's in them all the time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I think they're called leaves, shoe leaves or something. I don't know. Somebody can fact check me on that. Your father-in-law will probably tell me what it is.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out somewhere. I'm not fancy enough to have anything like that.
Yeah, like I said, I bought them. It was tax return time, so you get a little excited when tax return comes around. So
I got a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
All my shoes become slip-on shoes.
Really?
I never untie my shoes.
I'm bad for that, except for I found that trying to get them back on, I always tear the backs down.
Yeah.
That's the worst part is the backs being torn down.
Are you okay? So are you the guy that will just stand on the backs if they're down?
Oh no, that's like heresy if you do that. No.
Just walk on the heels. That's uncomfortable too.
But I would rather wrestle the shoe for 20 minutes trying to get it on one foot and just do that whole, stomp slide thing rather than sit down and like try to fight my big belly and pull my leg up and all that. It's easier to do that. And to be totally honest with you, the other day I was sitting at the office at work and I was like, I had messed up the shoes I actually have on now that the back was starting to slide down. And I sat there for 20 minutes trying to cut inside the lining to pull it back up so it wouldn't like scratch the back of my heel.
It's great. I've not got that bad. If they're old, maybe, but I might not untie them when I take them off, but I will untie them when I put them on. But if you don't untie them when you take them off, and this is the aggravation that you have with it, you got to put that pressure on there, and it pulls the sole from the top of from the toe. It pulls it in. And then you got to fight that all the time. And I can't stand feeling like something's bunched at my foot.
See, I don't wear my shoes super tight, so they're like my foot. Like I don't want to say like it's not like sliding all the time, but like there's room for it to like.
I got
get in.
I got really flat feet, so
Yeah,
I have to have I have to have a wider shoe, otherwise it kills my feet. So.
Okay, this is a pet peeve of mine. Have you seen those guys that like walk on one side of their foot, so their whole shoe is like smushed on one side, and
so
got good tread on the other?
If my bottom of my feet are hurting bad enough and I'm standing still, I will do I'll do the angle just to kind of take some pressure.
But I mean,
off.
like these are guys that walk around like that 24/7. Like
not.
it's kind of like when you've got like a bad control arm or something. One side of your tread on your tire is like worn out, rather than like it being evenly like. So you like flip their shoe upside down, and like one side it's like flat, and then the other side's got like it looks brand new.
Do you drag your feet when you walk?
No, I can't stand that. Do you?
No, I did when I had boots. When I was wearing boots when I worked in the tire business, I had boots and I would drag my feet. And
What kind of boots did you have that made you drag your feet?
Big boy boots.
Yeah, they were big. To be honest, and I wasn't used. I've never wore boots
You
in
walk
my
around
life.
look like Doink the Clown.
I've never wore boots in my life.
Smack.
No, it was shh. No, I've never wore boots in my life, so it was a complete. Like I said, I wore high top basketball shoes, so they're all super lightweight. So having something heavier duty on my foot, I wasn't used to. So I would do the dragging my feet as I would walk. I got better the longer I wore them, and now if I wear boots, I don't drag my feet.
I hate to be this person, but I like to walk and hear the clack of the heel, like that business clack on like tile.
Or a high heel clack.
No, not high heel clack. That's a different.
It's like
sound.
you're wearing a pair of pumps.
John, do you like walking around in high heels?
I would steal my wife's, but she don't have any.
No. I get what you're saying. There is a business into it.
Yeah, like it makes you. I don't know.
Well, I remember in school, I'd be sitting in class and you'd hear that like you'd be in class listening to the teacher or taking your test or whatever. And then you'd hear it in the hallway. You'd hear that like that step.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that the principal?
It automatically makes you nervous. You're like, that is somebody.
That's somebody coming.
That's somebody knows how to walk in their dress shoes.
Okay, so here's the deal with that. I never had any kind of, outside of school, I was always in the construction. So we didn't have any clackers. If you had clackers, you wasn't on the job site.
Yeah.
So ours was the person that had the best power walk. You knew they were the ones that ran everything.
You hear them huffing and puffing.
I'm dead. They would come in. They would have a specific look on their face. They were always looking like they were looking at something. And they had a very prominent walk. And those were the people that you would look at and say, they know what they're doing. 90% of the time, a lot of them don't really know what they're doing, but they look like they did.
Fake it till you make it, right? Fake it till you make it.
They got a golf shirt, pair of khakis, some of the cleanest Irish setters you ever seen in your life, and they got a clipboard and a white hat. No. Every single time.
I cannot. I don't know. I used to say I didn't like shoes, but I do like shoes.
Do you guys remember when Fila came out with them toe shoes?
I've never wore Fila. I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen anyone wear. I've never seen a single person. I've seen them I've seen them on the shelves, but I've never seen a person in a pair of toe.
I've seen.
Several. I've seen people in them, and disturbing.
Were they at Waffle House or at Walmart?
No.
No, they're at Kmart. It's a whole different breed.
Blue light special. So the story behind those shoes is you're made to be barefoot. That's it. And they say that shoes that like we wear causes you to lose the dexterity and the strength that you're supposed to have in the bottom of your feet. So those shoes are supposed to build that back up again.
That explains why I slipped my shoes on.
It's as close to walking barefoot as you can get.
See, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just have the pad and comfort.
So are flat earthers flat footers?
You don't think the earth is flat? Have you seen a world map? It's flat. So wouldn't the earth be flat?
Have you ever seen a globe? It's round.
It's government conspiracy.
Just like all the birds are not really true.
Yeah, they're
just
drones.
robots.
They're just drones.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hats on all the time. No, I just think. So speaking of like comfort, like as a kid, I remember being able to run on blacktop and concrete barefooted and like gravel roads and stuff, and it didn't hurt my feet. Now, maybe this is because of the shoes. Maybe there's some Fila was onto something, but now that I'm older, I can't walk on smooth concrete barefoot without it like hurting my feet. So like your driveway, Sean, when I was a kid, I used to be able to run on that, like and play and be barefoot and it'd be fine. Now as an adult, I would be going, eh.
I would say you were probably several pounds lighter too, right?
Ouch.
Hefty.
Too many trips to Waffle House getting the hash browns. Too many, actually more McDonald's hash browns than anything.
Oh man.
Too many double cheeseburgers.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was good. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give you guys some ammo, and I don't know where. Okay, here's some ammo for me and everybody. This is funniest story. My McDonald's order has been the same forever, and I'm going to reveal it. But my Aunt Sheila was taking care of.
We're sitting on the edge of our seats, man.
Listen, at the end of this episode, we will have a P.O. box for you to send Jonathan his order to.
We're going to call McDonald's up. It ain't going to be Angel Reese special order no more. It's going to be Jonathan Mitchell.
So, okay. Believe it. The thing is that you were right about when I was a kid. I was a lot lighter. I used to be very, very skinny. Like meat and bones only. Like you could see my ribs. Haven't seen my ribs in like forever. So, but
unless you cook them on a grill.
No,
exactly.
Now he only sees a McRib.
So I was with my Aunt Sheila and my cousin Jared. I was hanging out with my cousin Jared, and Jared has always been bigger than me. Always. Even when we were kids. There's only one picture that I can find, and it was when we were in Sunday school, and he was like 2 and I was 3, and I was the only picture where I'm taller than Jared. I cherish that picture because I'm the older one, but he's always been bigger than me. And Sheila's like, we're going to go to McDonald's. And we were kids. I was like 10 or 11. And Jared, who was bigger than me, got a Happy Meal. So she said, Jonathan, she's never got my McDonald's order before. She's like, Jonathan, what, do you just want a Happy Meal? And I was like, no. She's like, okay, what do you get? It's like 2 double cheeseburgers, large fry, 10-piece nugget, large Coke. I was 10 years old eating that. And she tells me the story. She's like, when you told me that, she's like, there's no way this little kid eats that. And I ate every single bite of it. I could put it away. And I'm 31 now, and I can still eat all of that.
We know.
Exactly. Check the Facebook post and you can see what I got at Waffle House. And like I said, the hash browns are my favorite part. I will say I could eat the hash browns every time I go to Waffle House, but no, that story is very funny because like she said she was like on the floor because I was so tiny back then. She's like, how did you eat all that? And I just did. And Jared was bigger. He just got a Happy Meal, and she was like, I didn't know what I was going to do at the time because we were like, she's like, I was expecting to spend $10 at McDonald's and it tended to be like 25, 30.
Dude, that's hilarious.
So yeah, I've always been a fat kid at heart.
I'm still a fat kid.
I'd rather die fat and happy than skinny and mad.
I'm not a kid.
We know.
I'm just fat.
diabetes.
Two double cheeseburgers, a large fry, a 10-piece nugget.
Yep. I can't do I will say my metabolism has slowed. I don't do the large fry anymore, but I can do the 10-piece nugget and 2 double cheeseburgers.
You know that their nuggets aren't real chicken, right?
Yeah, but who cares? They're good.
I watched that documentary while eating chicken nuggets.
Theirs?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see Supersize Me?
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, they showed it to us in health class. So this guy literally for every meal for a month was eating McDonald's. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He had to get everything on the menu at least once. Brother Ryan shook his head no. That's why I'm explaining the movie.
Yeah, we're not on live. No. You heard my brain rattle. If you hear that's
So-
the rocks in my head.
So the guy, and this was when McDonald's. You're old enough to remember when they used to do supersize, when you could supersize your thing.
Don't tell me how old I am.
Do you remember it?
Do you
Yeah.
remember?
My old timers hasn't kicked in yet, man.
So he literally, the concept of the documentary was he had to eat McDonald's for every meal for a whole month. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He had to get everything on the meal one time. And whenever the cashier said, do you want to supersize it? He had to say yes. In 1 month, he almost went into liver failure. He gained it was like 40 or 50 pounds. And literally the doctor, it was like day 25. It was actually the funniest shot of the whole movie. It was like day 20, day 25. So he's really close to the end. And the doctor's like, you have to stop. You have to stop. And then you see that like dramatic frame where he's like, and then it quick cuts and he's in line at McDonald's ordering more food. And funny thing about it is, at the end of the movie, like I said, he ended up having to go like on a vegetarian diet. His wife had to like completely change everything for him to be healthy again, because he literally almost went into liver failure, which is insane to me. And what they said was at the end, not long after the documentary released, McDonald's got rid of the supersize your order. They said that McDonald's claimed it wasn't because of the documentary, but
Clearly it was.
but it had everything to do with the documentary. But yeah, literally anytime they said supersize it, he had to do it. And basically his whole premise, he had to eat everything on the menu at least once. And he almost died.
You know what I think's funny about McDonald's is when I was growing up, now it's supposed to be this coffee joint type thing. They've made it more modern.
The McCafe.
But what's hilarious is something that most kids have a general fear of is clowns.
Oh, I'm one of them. I hate clowns.
And their mascot was a clown.
Yep.
I think that's hilarious. And a hamburglar. Like, I got some killer clown that's wanting to get close to me and some dude trying to steal my hamburger away. That's nightmarish in and of itself.
Yeah, and some big purple popsicle looking grimace thing walking around trying to get you
To drink a milkshake, a purple milkshake.
Oh, man.
I just think it's everything is a McDouble, McChicken. I just love it.
You know that
I just think it's so funny.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, though? It programs you.
Oh yeah.
How many times have you ever went to Wendy's and ordered a chicken nugget and wanted to call it a McChicken, a McNugget?
Wow, I didn't even think about that. I probably do it every time I go to Wendy's.
I'll take
Or
a
a Happy
McDouble.
Meal.
We have double stacks.
Or a Happy Meal?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know-
You want to know how fat I am? You know what the difference between a McDouble and a double cheeseburger is? A McDouble has one less slice of cheese.
That's it.
Yeah. The sad thing is I knew exactly where you were going, and I was like, I guess that does make that a coverage statement of if you know the difference, the minute differences.
So, okay, I know we're probably getting close to time, but I want to ask this so we're talking about fast food now. I tell you what, we do such a fantastic job of flowing from topic to topic. To think of we were on
It's
animals.
like we got ADHD.
Hold on. No, wait. We do a fantastic job of landing on food.
It's relatable.
Our fans like it.
So let me ask you a question. McDonald's, we're sitting here making fun of it, but they are the most consistent fast food restaurant.
They
not
are.
They're
they
not
are
the best.
most consistently getting your order wrong fast food place.
And the
yet we
machine
still do
and the
it.
milkshake and ice cream
They're
machine. You know.
inconsistently consistent.
Yeah.
But like I've went to Wendy's,
Or is it consistently inconsistent?
probably that.
Yeah.
But they're also the most affordable still. Like if I go to Wendy's,
With the app, yeah, for sure.
yeah, the app is amazing.
Yeah.
But if you go to Wendy's, so like out of 10 experiences, you go to Wendy's 10 times and you go to McDonald's 10 times. Wendy's overall, their ceiling may be better, but the floor is lower with Wendy's than it is with McDonald's.
Okay, so first off, I've never went in and compared ceilings or floors.
Gosh.
Are they panel? Are they drywall? Stucco?
I'm trying to have a serious
Glass.
conversation about food. I'm very passionate about this. I'm balling my fist right now because I'm very passionate about it. I love food.
I'm just sitting here. My mind runs, and this dude's like, "Their ceiling is great," and I'm thinking, "I've never paid any attention
You know
to their
what's so
ceiling."
crazy? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, is this a glass ceiling we're talking about here?
I tried very hard to ask good questions this episode, and I'm never doing it again. I'll never say never. But
I just know we're going to get yelled at for being mean to you, Jonathan. I apologize.
just stop talking to my church people that I go to church with. Stop talking to them. They're
Okay,
making it
anybody from Miamisburg hearing this, if you don't see me anymore, it's because Jonathan told me to stop.
They make it worse. You guys make it worse. All of the people that listen from Miamisburg, you make it worse for me. So I just think that I don't know. Never mind. I was so passionate about the food. I wanted to talk more about that, but you guys just can't let me have my discussion. Whatever.
Okay, so no making fun of. Favorite fast food place?
Okay, let's set up what fast food is.
I'm
Somewhere
talking
with a drive-through.
I'm talking your typical McDonald's, Wendy's. There's so many of them out there.
Yeah. So okay.
Does Chipotle count? Fast
No.
food?
Well,
That's what I was going to ask.
So Chipotle is kind of a different a bird of its own, really.
Okay.
It is fast food, but it's not fast
So
food.
then let's just go with the
big
main-
ones, the big
ones, yeah.
five or whatever it is: Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, and I can't
Arby's.
Arby's. So all of them have something special about them that I like.
They're all five my favorite.
Pretty much. No, overall,
Tie for one, 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 tie for one.
overall, I think my favorite's Taco Bell. Overall, I think it's Taco Bell for me.
What about you?
I hate to say it. It's probably Taco Bell as well.
Really?
I love Taco Bell. Dude, their Lux box is like the best deal you can get right now. I get the Lux box, which is a beefy 5-layer burrito, then a chicken chalupa, then it has a Doritos Locos taco, and with a nacho dip, and then because with nacho cheese, and then like a drink, and then I always get an extra 1 or 2 soft tacos to go with it.
I'm gonna say Wendy's. The thing that I like about Wendy's is I like their burgers better than most places. I don't care for their fries.
Their
If I-
fries. The only way their Wendy's fries are good if they're Baconator fries.
If I go with burger, it would definitely be Wendy's. Wendy's would be like top.
Burgers for me is Burger King.
Only burgers because their fries are terrible.
Everything else, okay. So the chicken fries are good at Burger King, and the mozzarella sticks
And
are.
their Hershey pies are great too.
I've never had one of those. I need to eat one. But as far as like when I go to Burger King, I only want the burger. I don't really care for anything.
Are you okay? But are you getting like a bacon stack, or are you getting like a Whopper?
The Bacon King. The Bacon King.
Dude, you got to go to get a Whopper if you're going to Burger King.
Well, so the Bacon King uses Whopper hamburger bun, the same burger
but
patty they use for the
I
Whopper.
want that dripping.
I don't want all the
wet
toppings.
burger with mayonnaise and ketchup that gets stains your shirt, and you like
Bacon
you go home and people's like, oh, what's that? Is that Burger King? They just
Bacon-
know.
The Bacon King has got all I need. It's got ketchup, bacon, cheese. That's all I need. Because I get it no mayo,
No chili.
no chili.
Hey, so do you want me to take heat off of you? I
Absolutely.
can become public enemy number 1 right now,
I love
and I am not afraid to admit it.
it. Okay.
Chick-fil-A is overrated.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't even consider them. I love Chick-fil-A. Everybody says they're overrated now.
The
yeah,
best
I agree.
time to buy Chick-fil-A is on Sundays.
Oh my goodness. You dislike Chick-fil-A that much? Really?
No, I don't dislike them. I can eat them.
It's just
and
a
I
chicken
will support
sandwich.
because they are Christian organization. And so with that being said, the one thing that I will say that Chick-fil-A does better than anybody else is they have probably the best drive-through line
Oh,
that you could ever.
it's
see.
efficient.
Oh yeah,
Their most efficient's insane.
Their efficiency is outstanding.
I like the service of Chick-fil-A, but the food, I don't feel like the food is like top notch. Like if I want a chicken sandwich, I even think McDonald's has a better chicken sandwiches than them. Like
Not
the
spicy
McCrispy.
chicken. The spicy chicken sandwich is so good from Chick-fil-A with pepper jack cheese.
But my favorite place to get a chicken sandwich though is Popeyes. Absolutely.
Popeyes is really good.
And their sides, it's the only place I can get red beans and rice and be happy with it.
Oh, I love their red beans and rice.
I just get their fries.
Honestly, it's the only place I can get red beans and rice in Ohio.
Me and my wife have that discussion quite a bit. She can't stand Popeyes. So I won't ever go unless I'm by myself.
I don't like Raising Cane's.
Oh, I don't care for Raising Cane's. You go to Raising Cane's for the sauce.
And that just proves you're not good at your food's not good. If you only go there for a sauce, your food's not good.
I think it proves that they're good at something. I mean, there's a reason that they're going up everywhere.
Their
I
toast
don't-
is good. The Texas toast.
The Texas toast is great. And to be honest, I think the sauce complements the chicken. Like, I mean, I think that's the thing.
I
It's
think
like,
that sauce would complement any chicken.
yeah, but
I will say I think their chicken's flavorless. If you eat their chicken by itself, it doesn't taste.
yeah, I don't understand why
It's
people
like
go and don't
it's
get
like
the sauce.
cardboard chicken.
Yeah,
I'll also say that Five Guys has the most overrated burger ever.
Smash Burger's way better.
So I've never had Smash Burger. I love Five Guys, but it's just too expensive
Dude,
for the burger.
it's way too expensive.
My youngest son, his favorite restaurant's Five Guys.
Yeah, I just can't.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Back in the day when they were like
I would
actually
not have thought
affordable,
that.
actually
Oh, yeah.
affordable, I went to I could go to Five Guys a lot.
And he gets a bacon cheeseburger. That's his deal.
Wow.
If we do something special and I say, hey, where you want to go? He'll say Five Guys.
I want to
Hands
try Shake Shack so
Shake
bad.
Shack is so good.
Because so the big three with those burger places, it's Five Guys. If for Western and Southern, it's Whataburger, and then there's
In and out.
and then In-N-Out, and then Shake Shack
Yeah.
for the big four.
Whataburger is really good.
I've never had Whataburger. I want to try that.
I've heard of it.
But I've heard everybody says Shake Shack has the best burgers.
Shake Shack is really good. It's pricey, but I don't feel like the price complements what you get.
Shake Shack, they just put one in, didn't they?
There's
There's one in Liberty.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was one in Columbus.
I'll tell you what's coming. What's coming here though is it's a chicken place.
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's. Yeah,
Zaxby's is really
cannot wait for that because I'm tired of going to Tennessee for a chicken biscuit sandwich.
Okay, so with that being said, there's not a whole lot of them around here, but the best breakfast chicken biscuit sandwich is from Hardee's.
Oh yeah, there's one up the street.
I've never ate at Hardee's or what's the
If you like Burger King, it's
Carl Jr.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
right. No, it's
flame-
Hardee's
flame
and,
broiled or whatever.
another yellow and red. I think it's just Hardee's, but
It's Hardee's and Carl's
Carl's
Jr.
okay, it is Carl Jr. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a fat kid. I know what I'm talking about. You guys should have seen it. If looks could kill, he looked at me so hard like, that's not the place.
So with that being said, disclaimer to all the people that listens to this podcast: if you don't like Chick-fil-A, don't fall out with me. I'll still eat it. It's okay.
Well,
wow.
Okay,
I like how you
but-
said, "I'll be public enemy number one" as he walks back his comment.
No,
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
at all. I'm just saying I'll still eat it. And I don't care if anybody, I get called out a lot. I got called out today. My buddy Jason Hoskins called me out.
Oh yeah,
I get called out a lot.
we're kindred spirits that way.
I
think,
stand my ground.
I think it's. I mean, they have a great product. I think it's good,
They
but
have a
I
good
don't.
Are we talking about Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Okay.
Great product, but I don't believe it deserves the hype that it's been getting.
It's because it's God's chicken.
Amen.
That's what everybody says. That's what my wife says.
I don't like waffle. Their waffle fries are meh. Their chicken nuggets have.
I will say this: they've got the best fast food mac and cheese you can get.
Amen to that.
I will say that.
Have you ever had their mac and cheese, Brother Ryan?
I don't go
When-
through. I don't go through fast food and get mac and cheese.
Try it.
Dude, I
Don't. Why would I? I don't.
It's
I don't.
so
I used to
good.
go there, get a spicy chicken sandwich deluxe with a large fry and a side of mac to go with it.
It's so good. Their chicken nuggets have good, and Chick-fil-A sauce is really good.
Oh, so that's my least favorite sauce.
Really,
I cannot stand.
everybody.
Are
likes
you
their-
serious?
Everybody likes their
That is
Polynesian.
the best sauce for fries.
Gag a maggot.
they're literally they're everyone likes it's either the Chick-fil-A sauce or their Polynesian.
My heart just died a little bit. That's my favorite sauce.
It's not my favorite, but it's really good.
My wife, and she tells me all the time, she says, I just don't think we can continue this relationship. You signed the papers.
You stood before God and everybody else. You're stuck.
So, like I said, we don't agree on everything.
Yeah.
No, I can't stand Chick-fil-A sauce.
Wow, that's a little harsh. I can't believe that. That's shocking to me.
Pray for me.
I will. I do anyway. You're a pastor. I pray for you anyway.
Well, with that being said, haters gonna hate and potatoes gonna potate. But the next time you're out in the ocean, make sure that you don't get close to a well and let him supersize you. But check in with us next week here. We'll be here, all of us, Lord willing. You can get a hold of us at pulpittothepew@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook. Leave us a comment. We want to hear from you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening.
See you, everyone.